Let's talk about Audre Lorde, the poet, the activist, and the woman who would have read your faith for filth and educated them in the same breath. And if you haven't heard of her, buckle up, because she's about to become your new favorite icon. So Audre Lorde was out here in the 20th century doing what some folks in 2025 still can't figure out. Talking about racism, sexism, and homophobia at the same time. She was a black lesbian feminist poet who basically said, y'all can't fight oppression with selective vision. Either you're fighting for all marginalized people, or you're just being performative. And she didn't just write about identity, she lived it. Lorde knew that being black and being a woman weren't separate struggles. Add being a lesbian in a time when even some feminists were giving it the side eye. Yeah, she was out here fighting battles on all fronts, and she did it with bars. I mean, her poetry was iconic. Her essays required actual reading. She gave us the master's tools will never dismantle the master's house, aka the blueprint for why you cannot fix oppression using the same systems that created it. And if that sounds familiar, it's because every social justice conversation on TikTok is a remix of Lorde's words. And probably the most real thing about her is Audre Lorde had zero patience for performative activism. She famously said, "Your silence will not protect you," which is basically the OG call out for people who stay quiet when things get uncomfortable. She was calling out white feminists who ignored racism, straight feminists who ignored queer struggles, frankly, anyone who thought they could cherry pick oppression. I mean, let's be real, her work is the reason we even talk about intersectionality today. And also, let's talk about the fact that Audre Lorde wasn't just about talking, she was about doing. She co-founded The Kitchen Table, Women of Color Press, because mainstream publishers weren't checking for black feminist voices. She spoke out against apartheid in South Africa, fought for healthcare justice, and basically put her whole foot in every system that needed dismantling. And get this, when she was diagnosed with breast cancer, she didn't just accept it. She wrote the Cancer Journals, where she called out the way the medical system treats black women's pain and bodies. A whole truth teller until the very end. So if you've ever felt like you don't fit into one box, congrats. You and Audre Lorde are in the same club. And if you want to honor her legacy, speak up. Read her work, and please don't be that person who only cares about oppression when it personally affects them. Drop a power fist in the comments if you're feeling inspired, and let me know which Black history icon I should cover next.